Back in 1952, Ford registered the name Capri. It was then used underneath the Lincoln brand until 1959, and then there was another Capri model in the early 60s. 60s came along and Mustang was launched in 1965 in the United States, and Ford of Europe were kind of looking across the pond and wondering, we'd like a piece of that. And that's where Project Colt started. Project Colt was going to be the European version of the Mustang in North America, and with such great success, started developing it, but then Mitsubishi got the name before they did. Ford actually brought them to court, but didn't win the case, so Ford went through their nameplates and looked at them, found this beautiful Italian island in the Mediterranean called Capri and said, we'll start to use that. 200 kilometers east of here in Brussels, in the 1969 motor show, the Ford Capri was launched, and the history started that we know today.
This is Ford Capri. As luxurious as a limousine. Powerful as a sports car.
The Ford Capri was a super popular car for Ford in Europe. So much so they actually imported it back to the United States underneath the Mercury, calling it the Mercury Capri.
Capri is on the prowl. That cat black. Flashes of gold on sleek, sinewy black.
2 million units of the Capri were sold. Finishing in left-hand drive in the mid-80s, even extended on in right-hand drive, built in Cologne for a couple of more years for the UK and Irish market because we loved it so much.
It has ultra-low profile tyres on wide alloy wheels. It has a 2.8-litre fuel-injected engine. It's built by Ford, and it goes like...
Ford of Australia liked the nameplate so much, they actually took parts of the Mazda MX-5 Miata and turned that into a Capri convertible and sold that back into the United States. But the Mazda was too strong. And so back it came, the Ford Capri finished off. But today we are here in Dusseldorf at the European launch of the Ford Capri sporty SUV coupe, all electric, based on that MEB platform in partnership with Volkswagen, but Ford have done everything on top of it. They just got the skateboard from Volkswagen and said, we'll do the rest. And now we have the Capri. We're going to have a look around the outside and the inside, but that fascinating history and why Ford like using nameplates that people recognize. Is it going to be a gamble? What are people going to say? Very much like the Mustang Electric Mach-E, the Ford Explorer that we recently had on the channel. I'll put a link in the description, a totally different Explorer than what you get in North America. We now have the Ford Capri Coupe SUV. Jump into the comments and let me know. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so as well. But this one is going to be controversial. Let's get started. Back in the early 2010s, we would have had the EVOS concept. I'll put a picture up on the screen here. So we've had a couple of teasers as to what Capri was going to be in the future. And yes, you know what? We saw a presentation a couple of weeks ago in Slovenia when we were on the Explorer launch as to if the Capri kept going, what would it turn into? And it probably would be this, because people want SUVs. You have that coupe roofline. You have that Capri C-pillar D window. You have the Capri Mark 1 and 2 with that dog bone front end, but we will look at it here. Starting off at the front, it's based on that MEB platform, so you don't have a frunking underneath, but we will pop it open and see what is underneath there. It's gorgeous paint. Comes in 6 different colors. And you can see, if there's anything like the Explorer, there isn't much space in here, but you probably would get a shallow aftermarket shelf inside it. Comes in 2 different versions, a rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive. And we talked about that Mark 1 and Mark 2 Capri with that dog bone. Not quite flat and not quite with that dog bone ends in it, but you have LED lights and then LED matrix headlights. Comes in 2 different trims, the Capri and the Capri Premium. And so you've got that Ford badge at the front in that gloss black, but you also have the Capri actually indented into the metalwork, plastic work on the front of it for that crash protection. You've got your sensors in underneath, you've got your cooling, you've got your gloss black, and then you've got some actual air curtains down along the side. Don't have a drag coefficient for this yet. So as I mentioned, you get 2 different version of headlights on the standard Capri, it's LED, and then it's matrix LED on the premium version. Size-wise, it's 2 meters wide, including mirrors, 1.63 meters tall, and then length, it's 4.63 meters. So it's about 20 odd centimeters longer than the Explorer. So this is going right up against the likes of its MEB cousins, I suppose is what you'd call it, in the Skoda Enyaq Coupe, Volkswagen ID.5. You've got the Cooper Tavascan now, Audi Q4 e-tron. Wheels, you're getting 19s on the Capri Standard. The Capri Premium comes in 20 as standard, and then you can get these 21-inch wheels as well. Gloss black wheel arches going down along it, very smooth. Going to be very interesting to see what that aero figure is. This crease line that goes all the way along the shoulder, kicks down all the way along the side there. You can see it down at the back. Body colored door mirror, or door handles, keyless entry, keyless start. You've got that gloss black. As I said, 6 different colors, a white, a black. Blew my mind, which you can see here being revealed. You've got a metallic gray, and you've got this vivid yellow. So the same 5 colors as the Explorer. What you don't get in the Capri is the Arctic blue, but you do get that vivid yellow. Gloss black A-pillar, so you've got that visor effect going all the way along. Gloss black with matte black with the indicators and the retractable. Moving down along the back. That's coupe roofline, and that hatch is further back, so they say that there's good headroom inside it. AC, you've got 11 kilowatt, and then on DC, you've got 135 on the Capri Standard, and on the Capri Premium, the all-wheel drive, you've got 185, 10 to 80%, 28 minutes on the Standard, and then 26 minutes on the Premium all-wheel drive. Gloss black shark fin aerial at the top. You've got that little ducktail down at the back. And down the back then you've got the lights that are very mimicking of the ones on the front. You've got flat and then curved in underneath. You've got the Capri nameplate in behind, and you've got that Ford badge then at the top. On the top trim, it is foot opening. So standard boot measurement, you've got 572 from floor all the way up the top. 650 if you go all the way to the roof. You've got handy little pocket bins like this fella here for wet shoes or for cables. You've got a subfloor in underneath, and even underneath that then you've got more space down in underneath. 60-40 split on the rear seats with a ski hatch, some tie-off points. You've got your 12 volt, you've got your shopping bag hooks, but also on the rear wheel drive, you've got 1,000 kg on the towing and 1,200 kg on the all-wheel drive. Put that back down again. And then there's definitely a kick to it. Power tail lift. Yellow studio for a yellow car. Let me know in the comments whether you think it's a good idea or a bad idea. It's a nice color. Then you've got the matte black, oh sorry, it's gloss black with the reflectors. Yeah. What do you think of the shape, that coupe roofline? It's definitely, they've done something different. What I've seen, when I saw it revealed in Slovenia, I thought Polestar 2 mixed with a Citroen EC4X. It's definitely Polestar looking with that visor roofline, and then that rear end reminds me of the Citroen EC4X with the elongated body. Range-wise, we're getting over 620 kilometer range on the rear-wheel drive version. Performance, we're being told, on the rear-wheel drive at 6.4 seconds, 0 to 100, and then on the all-wheel drive, it is 5.2 seconds. Internally, let's have a look on the inside. Very similar to the Ford Explorer. We've got that gloss black B pillar. We've got the Capri nameplate. We've got that Volkswagen Group rear, or not rear, central locking handle. So again, very similar to Explorer on the interior. The only major difference is it's a black headliner, whereas Explorer is the lighter headliner. One-piece seats. This is the upper level trim. The entry-level cloth has this central part here that has that heritage Capri look. Driver is adjustable and massage with memory, and in certain markets you're going to also get the AGR approved comfort seats. You've got, over the left-hand side, you've got the light control, again, very Volkswagen, with that MEB platform sharing. Capri harkbacks. You have this on the steering wheel, which is lovely. Haptic buttons, some people aren't happy with that. You've got your lights and indicators on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, then you have the drive stalk with the park at the end. You do have keyless start, but there is a start-stop button on this. You've got your, same as the Explorer, your driver infotainment screen. And then on the upper level trim on the premium, you have the Bang & Olufsen sound bar, which you can see here. And it's got that nice ambient light. On both trims, you do have that ambient light, but then there is ambient light in underneath the doors as well, which is part of that premium trim. Head-up display is an option, tow bar is an option, so there's only a couple of options, about 7 or 8. You've got your sync move screen, which goes from 30 degrees to near vertical. 14.6 inch. You've got your personal locker in here, so when the car is locked, that actually locks physically. And so underneath that, then you have your hazard lights, your volume control haptically, your charging, 1 charging pad, 2 phone holders. You've got your actual cup holders with the adjustable short or long drink in underneath. This can be removed as well. And so if you want that mega console, 17 litres, it'll take a laptop. It'll take 3 1.5 litre bottles. This thing is absolutely massive. So if you need it, it has that space there as well. But there's also space in underneath here. So there's tons of space around the car. You have your glove box. On the left-hand drive model, not so bad. It's flat bottom, flat top steering wheel. Again, like Explorer. And this one doesn't have the panoramic sunroof. It's on the blue one, which we're going to have a look at after we finish filming in here. But yeah, very similar in the interior to the Explorer, but it is a bit longer in the boot, so you're getting more boot space. And then in the rear, that seat is set for me. How far down does these windows go? Nearly all the way, same as Explorer. And then flat floor, you have good knee room. I'm 188 centimeters, 6'2". Feet can go in underneath. What are we like in here? Turn that around. So 2-3 centimeters with that dark headliner. It's super dark back here. And it's funny, on the Project Colt, you would have had totally different. You can see you've got that lovely little D window on the back here. Also in the back, you have 2 USB Type-Cs. You have air vents. It's dual zone in the front, and so whatever's in the front you get in the back. You've got your magazine pockets, 2 ISOFIX in the rear, and then another ISOFIX in the front, or maybe not. No, not ISOFIX in the front. You have armrest and that ski hatch, 3 headrests. Yeah. I was saying about the D pillar in Project Colt, this was totally cut off. It wasn't that D at all. And the people that were testing out said it was too dark in the back. So this is where the Capri C pillar with that D shape came from. All because people thought it was too dark in the back. So that is the Capri in vivid yellow. We're going to pop next door and have a look at it in the blue and then wrap up this video. But let me know in the comments what you think. How do you think Ford have done it? In fairness to them, I know a lot of people aren't happy with the fact that the Capri is going to be an SUV coupe, but I think it's what it would have been once it would have moved on if it stayed with us over the years. Let's have a look at the blue one. The Nevo Electric Vehicle Show is back. In partnership with Bank of Ireland, the show's second instalment will take place in the RDS Simmons Court on the 10th of November 2024. Building on the sold-out success of the previous show, this will be Ireland's largest ever motor show. Experience all things e-mobility with over 30 manufacturer brands displaying over 80 electric vehicles, the latest in charging and energy solutions, engaging discussions with industry experts, exhilarating test drive experiences and captivating live vehicle demonstrations. Visit Nevo.ie today to learn more and register for your free ticket. So this is the Blew My Mind version that we saw revealed earlier on. We've got some real retro stuff going on here. Gorgeous colour. Absolutely gorgeous colour. Same alloys. The difference with this one is it has the pano sunroof. So those 21-inch wheels look great on it. Which would you prefer, the yellow or the blue? You can see the tail on it there. It's like nothing else on the road, in fairness to them. And then you can see that panel sunroof inside here. One thing I didn't look at a lot in the other one was the infotainment screen. So you've got your, at the top here, 2 of the widgets can be customized. You've got the pull down aircon and the the screen set brightness if you need it. And then we've got your satellite navigation. You've got your device if it's connected. You've got your charging status and the Connect phone. So these are your frequently used. And at the bottom at all times you have your dual zone climate control, heated seats which are standard, heated steering wheel which is standard on the front, heated seats in the front, apologies, which is standard. So yeah, and then on the actual home screen you can see your miles, etc. And then you've got your status of the charge there then as well. So good to see it. Fairly responsive. And it's got that movability then as well. That is my first look here in Dusseldorf at the Ford Capri all-electric SUV. What do you think? Do you think they've done a good job? Do you think they've given the legend is back, is what they say. The legend is back. The legend is back. Come into the comments and let me know what you think. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, share this. I think it's going to be interesting. Prices in Ireland, we've just got prices as well. I know somebody was saying, I'll put it in at the front. I'm only after thinking of it there now. So prices in Ireland, we've just got it today is, so there's going to be a smaller battery coming as well. So at the moment, the rear wheel drive 77 kilowatt hours coming in at 51,490. The all-wheel drive is coming in at just over 60,000 euros. I think they're going to change that to get in underneath the government grant. And then the smaller battery, which is 50 odd kilowatt hour, is going to be coming in at 54,990. So not much between the standard and the larger battery. 1,000 euros from what we're hearing here. Hopefully you've enjoyed that review. Remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy this video too.